Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crush Improv Plays D&D, Session 9 of our second adventure. Joined tonight by Al, Dan, Christine, and Brooke. Jordan will be with us shortly. He is doing very important civic duties right now. I think he said he'd be here around 8:30. Is that our...
Well, he's hoping, and if it's beyond that, then he'll have to send his regrets in. I did offer a diversion, and it appears he did not take me up on the offer.
Yeah, he didn't follow up on that email, as I recall. So, oh, right on. We have a new fan. Nice. Thanks for joining us tonight, Beard Bull. So, when last we left, you all had finished the excursion into the Macaster Mansion on the outskirts of town. You had located the two missing dwarves and also discovered a secret lair, a series of caverns underneath the mansion that were ostensibly being used by pirates. And the storm has now abated. It is now just windy and cold. So there's still a sprinkle. So it is kind of a, it's not nice out, but I'm assuming, oh yes, I think we'd go a little bit beyond. You did return to town and returned the dwarves to the mining company. And Manistrad Copperlocks, the fair dwarf that is running that outfit, was overjoyed at your return. The dwarves are also overjoyed to be reunited, and the word is that they will indeed return to work. So, crisis averted. So it is around 8:30. The sun has set. You all are still a little bit worse for wear, banged up, X-poisoned. Jordan, actually, I realized I had been doing something a little bit improperly, but regarding his armor, and it turns out his armor is damaged. So that will probably explain why he's not here. Maybe he's gone off to see if he can fix it or find somebody who could fix it for him. So he'll be able to jump in when that's done. Meanwhile, you guys are outside of the mining company, which is a solid structure. It seems to have formerly been a warehouse, but it's been repurposed. And there are some dwarves here that normally are doing accounting work and such, but right now are all starting to welcome back Buzgrumi and the other one whose name escapes me, the two formerly missing dwarves, and there is some general carousing that is starting. Someone has tapped a barrel and some celebrating is going on. What would you like to do now?
We have to meet potentially with this assassin boss at midnight, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Are we able to do that, folks? Like, we're banged up.
What time do we have to meet him, and what time is it now?
It's 8:30, and the last you had heard, you'd be meeting him at midnight.
And you said, because we had this conversation before,
We sure did.
a short rest is only 4 hours?
A short rest is 1 hour.
Oh, and okay. And you've already
Yep.
said this, but what does that give some of us?
So all of you have a collection of hit dice, which are equal to your character level. So you can use those, you can expend those dice, you can roll them and regain the result in hit points. So, for example,
And that's
Brooke,
all you get. You don't get any spell slots redone.
your character, the wizard, has the trait of arcane recovery once per day, and I believe you've already done this.
I believe I have as well.
You can recover half your level in the spell slots. So,
And I hate to ask another question.
but that's what questions are for.
When we level up, that's not the time to change around our cantrips and things like that. When you take a long rest, that's when you can say, hey, I'm going to swap out this one cantrip and this one, correct?
Technically, that's when you should be doing it. I would imagine that as you're trudging back from the Macaster Mansion, feeling proud of your achievements and having, some insights as you're going, the wheels are turning about what's going to happen. But it's not until you get to sit down and really recover that's
so
going to
I'll save that
effect.
then for the next one, because when you had said my divination spells, I get back a lower slot. I kind of want to change it up and have more divination spells now. So
absolutely, yeah.
you and I will chat about that then after we get a long rest. Cool.
Sounds good.
Can we?
Excellent.
Can we ask? It shouldn't be me because I have very poor persuasion. Could we ask these dwarves that we've just become friends with if they would join us in that meeting? So we have a little bit of extra firepower.
Right. We do need some firepower. I don't know if the recently recovered dwarves might be the right choice. I wonder if we can almost hire, like we've got
That's what
money.
I'm wondering.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
could just try to hire somebody to come and be a bit of a bodyguard. Oh, how long does it take for me to, sorry, how long does it take for me to get Petrie back? Because now that I'm home, I can get Petrie back, right? I can just like, it's so many gold pieces and stuff.
Find familiar takes an hour.
Good. Yes.
And you got to spend 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs. And you need yourself a brass brazier. Or brazier.
Brazier, thank you.
Yes.
I've got one of those, so I'll knock my thing down by 10 gold pieces and assume that you said it takes about an hour in a pot. She doesn't have to be actively cooking for an hour, does she? Or so, whatever, Nim will.
Oh, it takes you an hour. You're
right.
doing stuff during
Nim is-
during the interim.
Okay, great. So as soon as we get back, or maybe while we're getting back, she's starting on it because she really wanted to
get Petrie back.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing. How about Gnorman and Dan and Glonda? Sorry, I should say Turgar and Glonda.
Well, no,
Oh,
no, not necessarily the PTSD dwarfs.
They're
But-
looking into their beers like with these long 1,000-yard stares.
But but perhaps some of their non-PTSD friends. They're dwarves. There must be a bunch of them there. They're from a company. We've made good. Yeah. There's goodwill, I'm thinking, with their boss.
Yep.
That maybe they'll help us. We don't even know that we're going into a fight. We're just going to talk.
Should we maybe do some like cure wounds, healings, and things?
I have no spells. That's the other thing. I have no spells. I don't even have the ability to shapeshift into anything good anymore because I have no wild shape hit points left.
Now, if we remember why this is all happening,
Let's
Let's
take a
go
trip back in time.
yeah, let's remember why we're going to meet with this boss. It doesn't have to necessarily be a fight. In fact, this is supposed to be more of a negotiation because we have a guy that the boss man wants. And he's like, the boss man will give you what you need if you return me, right? So this is supposed to hopefully be.
Yeah, but our number one negotiator isn't here.
That's right. So, because how are all of our persuasion-y things?
Oh, mine's like a +8.
You remember, you do also have some hit dice you could use to heal yourself in a short rest.
Then you
Yeah.
don't have to use your key points.
Well, let's say
Well, but
sure.
for Al though, he'll regain his key points on a short rest.
Can we just do a short rest right now? Because I think we all need it.
Well, yeah, but then I also need to do my Petrie thing, which is an hour. So maybe you can all short rest while I do my Petrie thing.
That's right.
I still have
Yeah, exactly, Brooke.
one level.
We have
two
like
level
4
2 and one
hours.
level 3.
So if we want to do both,
Yeah, you can do
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. As long as you guys are okay with that. Okay. Deal.
All right, so I'm taking one of my hit dice then. And Andrew, that's 1 die 8, right?
It is, yeah. Every die you want to use is a die 8. Al, for some reason, PJ is saying they can't hear you.
Oh snap! Well,
Ah.
using keyboard
can't seem to
shortcuts,
roll-
sometimes they mess up.
I can't seem to roll my public D6.
I can't either. But refresh the
Tried. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Not letting me. All right. Bag of dice.
Zach O dice.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't do it either, Andrew.
Yeah, you sure
Yeah,
can't.
mine neither.
Okay. We're
I'm just
all
confirming,
having a
I'm
hard
just
time.
confirming.
Here's my hit die. Woohoo! 5.
Remember that thing I
I'm just
totally
getting my
fixed
dice.
last time? Yeah.
Excuse me.
Dang, why isn't that working?
And how many spells did you say I get for a short rest? I'm sorry.
You've already used your arcane recovery, so that would
Oh,
be
right.
0.
Thank you. No
We don't get
problem.
any spells back though, eh?
Nope.
Mm.
Only,
And then wild question, we leveled up, so do I get spell slots of the new spells that I got?
That's what I had asked, remember?
Yeah.
So he
All
was
right.
kind enough to say yes. So if you
Cool.
did gain a new spell slot, you get
I
that.
rolled a
Yeah.
whopping 2.
Hey, did you want to use any more spell
Yes.
hit dice?
I do.
You are allowed.
Okay. So let's do that again. I rolled a 4.
Hey, you're getting there. Soon you'll be healed.
I rolled a 3,
And I get-
and I'm gonna leave it as that.
And when do I get these hit dice back? After a long rest?
After a long rest, you'll regain half your level in hit dice back. So if you've used 4 of them out of your 5,
Yeah.
and you do a long rest, you'll gain 3 back.
Okay, I'm going to do one more then.
Yeah. And Al, did you use your key points to heal yourself, given that you're going to get them back?
And of course, on my last one, I roll an 8. Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah, anyway, that's good.
Who'd have thought?
But I don't gain any of my wild shape hit points, correct?
Gotta go to the old house rules to say what I think is magical healing you get back there. Restoring, they can only be restored during a short or long rest. So yes, those hit points that you healed with the hit dice also go into your wild shape pool.
Okay, great. So that was 2, 6, and 14. Okay.
Excellent. All right. Let's see.
Still can't change into a bear, but this is go wolf. Perhaps. Okay. So,
Okay.
Andrew, what's the likelihood here of our good friend Manistrad Copperlocks aiding us in giving us some muscle for this meeting? Even a couple of doors.
That's a great question, Dan. What is the likelihood? You do note that there are about 12 dwarves now that have gathered and are eating a feast and are starting to drink, and they've lots of drinks and food are being offered your way. This is definitely a part of your short rest. So if you want to have that conversation, you can totally have that conversation.
Who's got the best persuasion out of us?
Me.
Glonda?
And I'm a dwarf.
And you're a dwarf.
There's that.
Go ask them, Glonda.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna stand on my chair
Yeah. Sing or
and
something.
I'm gonna lift up my cup of mead and I'm gonna say, dwarf brethren, lend me your ears.
Ears perk up and look at you.
I would like to raise a toast to all of us getting together today and being able to be safe and together once again. Here is my home. You are my family. I have a request. And then I take out my, instrument, my whatever, and I go ding, and I go, this evening we have to meet with someone and we're a little bit nervous. Would love more than anything if I could have my family with me to support me and my friends. If you come, more of this.
All right. You get to roll your persuasion at advantage.
Yay!
At advantage.
So, because you did so well. He
Look
liked
at you.
He liked
Yes.
it.
8.
Oh.
5. Plus
Oh.
8, 16.
Hey!
Hey.
Being pretty good. All right. There's a hurrah. What are we doing again? Where are we going? What? Yes. Get the spears. Get the shields.
And then I start going,
Torches.
Glonda. And then everyone picks up.
Yeah, they're super excited, except for the 2 guys who are recently dead. They're not as excited.
They can stay behind. I'll be like, my friends, you've had a tough night.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
stay here and enjoy some food and rest.
So, about 10 of the dwarves, including Manistrad, are super excited to do this thing. Well, Manistrad is a little bit more reserved. She sort of takes you aside and says, So before we send my valuable workers off onto some fool's errand, what exactly did you have in mind for them?
Nothing. We're just going for a simple conversation, and in case there is a level of intimidation towards us,
Brouhaha.
we don't want to be there alone. Just to have people with us, it will feel more secure if we were all to get out instead of my friends and I getting captured, for instance.
Oh, so you need some muscle. Ah, I
Mhm.
see.
In a
All
way,
right.
yes. But we can, we all have muscle as well, but this way we're just there's a confidence behind it. It is to be a conversation though.
We expended a lot of ourselves saving your two dwarves, and we could use your help now in return.
She looks over you and says, Elf, the least we can do is to repay that kindness.
Elf.
Yeah, but she doesn't really know the difference. She's a dwarf.
Oh, I know. But that was Nim's nerdy.
I thought you were saying elf, like I'm twice as much.
No. This is Nim just going, he's a half elf, thank you.
Just like to make sure we know. Yes. Cool. So she snaps her fingers and looks around and says, all right, you lot, get your arms and armor and look tough. And she turns back and says, when do you need us?
11:30.
11:30?
We'll meet back here at 11:30, and then on we'll march.
Huzzah! There's a big cheer.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
So they don't exactly rush to. They go back to their food and drink.
Mm-hmm.
And have a good meal.
Yeah.
And please tip your bar staff.
I think somebody's laundry is ready.
That was mine.
Okay. All right. So that's done. You have your short rest, and you're feeling a lot better, I'm assuming. Food is in you, drink is in you. The dwarves are into drinking songs now. They're going through a fair amount of beer, so there's that. After a while, the word has clearly gotten around of your event, of what you've done, and Anders Solmore wanders by. He is the councilman who you've been liaising with up till now, and he's pleased as punch to see the dwarves returned and everybody is happy. And he has a brief conference with Manistrad, who you can tell is sort of nodding her head and saying, "Yeah, we'll go back to work." And he comes back over to you and says, "My friends, you've exceeded all my expectations. Thank you so much for your help. This means so much to the city and to me personally. I put a lot on this. Can you tell me more of your adventure in the mansion?"
Well, the poor thing was completely decrepit, and there probably shouldn't have been people there in the first place, because the workers' compensation will have something to say. Safety protocols were entirely unfollowed. And there were nasty spiders that really did want to do a number on your little dwarves, but we did manage to save them. There also seems to be some terrible things happening in the basement, isn't that right? Lots of people who are, what are they doing? Moving
pirates.
contraband.
They're pirates.
That's right. Yes, the entire
coast is riddled
operation
with
seems
pirates.
like you might be curious. You might want to know a little bit more about the contraband that seems to be being transported in and out of the basement of that area.
His eyes perk up as you say pirates and contraband. He says, "Well, what do you mean? What did you find down there? What kind of contraband?"
Did we say contraband? There was a lot of mead. There's a lot of alcohol. I don't believe that was
Silk.
contraband. Oh, no, there were lots of weapons that seemed to be
Weapons.
gang-related. Gang-related weapons, that's right.
So like Tech 9 and shotguns?
If I had a device that would have been able to keep images, yeah, that's right. I couldn't paint you a photo, but...
You pull out your communications device and snap
That's
some pictures.
exactly right, yeah.
Right. He says, "Oh, that's interesting. There was a cache of weapons stolen from the armory about 2 weeks ago. I wonder if it could be the very same."
It most likely is. Logically speaking, that would make a lot of sense.
Do you know who these these pirates were?
Do we?
It was a gent by the name of Sand Ballot.
Yes,
oh,
Sam Miller.
right. Sand ballot. That's right.
Or Sans Ballon.
Ballet. Without ballet, I believe was his name. Okay, so Anders doesn't register that name, but he says, interesting. So they must be using it as some kind of base. But why would they bring the goods there? That doesn't make sense. We'll obviously have to send a detachment there to recover these goods, but
There was a
Actually, did we
a
take some of the
small
goods?
boat.
Oh, there was some erotic poetry.
Yes. Never
Sorry,
forget.
You're saying something far more important.
There was a small boat that went out into the water, so we're along a small shore underground. So we figure that is their way in and out.
Oh,
Sorry.
so they use the bay to move their goods.
Mm-hmm.
So there must be somebody else out there. Some other vessel that they go to.
Well, we did find a signaling apparatus as well. We think maybe they were signaling from that house, the top floor, to ships out sea. And you got some problems here in this town. You got some real serious problems.
As you don't have to tell me, I deal with them every day. This is very interesting. I will take this to the council and see what they want to do about that. But in the meantime, we'll send a detachment to recover these goods. Listen, I wanted to give you these keys. They're to Anatolia's house, as we agreed. You're free to stay there for at least 6 months. I don't think she'll be coming back anytime soon. She's got to resolve some affairs in Nyoldra. So I think I showed you where it was before. It's just down the road. Obviously, rest yourselves. Enjoy the evening. You deserve your rest. And perhaps come by the town council hall in the morning and we'll see what's been decided.
All right.
Is there anything else you need? Anything else you need
Would
to
you like
know?
to hear some erotic poetry?
That's very kind of you. We have just met, though, so I feel that's a little bit.
I didn't know that this was a social.
Actually, you know what? I would like to hear some erotic poetry. Could you maybe give me a sample of?
Oh, absolutely, yes. She takes the book out and randomly flips to a page. The Garb's Flobe. All right. Jonathan took a flobe, and he held it deep in his hand. Flobe throbbed, and he put it in his pants. Shall I continue?
He says, "Then maybe, perhaps, maybe next time I'll just you can maybe." It gets a little bit Jack Rader Three's Company at this point.
I've never seen a flobe. Have you seen a flobe?
Only by reputation have I heard of flobes.
Yeah.
They're
Only online.
quite the thing.
Well, it goes on for 14 pages, so you're welcome to read it.
Oh my. Well, yes. Perhaps over dinner we can continue this conversation.
Oh,
Yes.
All right.
He's turning a shade of red there and looking very bashful. He says, "Right, I've got to go to the where was I going? Yes, I've got to go to the armory to tell them about this cache of arms. Yes, excellent. Congratulations. Have a great." He trips over something on his way out, and moves on.
I hope you find a flobe.
Yes, you too. Just that.
Andrew, how much time do we have? What time is in the evening? Is it now?
It is now. You've had your short rest, so that's probably 10 o'clock. And I know that Nim wanted to do her
I feel
summoning
like Nim was like, while she was like rousing everybody and all that stuff, Nim could have hopefully been working a bit on her promotion,
that.
but then she was able to have that conversation. So if we,
We want to scout
Well, then
out
maybe now.
the area, but like, although the doors are meeting us at 11:30, but we have some time perhaps just to do an early scout of the location, and I could even do that in disguise as a smaller animal.
Well, yeah, can we actually just recall what is our purpose of this meeting? We want to find out information, right?
Well,
Right. So this is the guy that was captured in jail when we had that horrible
Yep.
run in and couldn't, Norman got locked up in trying to release him as his lawyer.
Yep.
Which was awesome.
I still believe in that
Classic.
plan. I still
And-
believe in that plan.
It's a good plan.
it was classic
Excellent
Norman.
And so this is the guy that killed my friend
Right.
from when we went to see
And
that
his
theater. So we're meeting
Right.
his boss. We're handing him off to his boss
and what are we hoping
is
to get out of this meeting?
to find out why they killed my friend.
Okay. Perfect.
And if Jack Terragali has anything to do with it, the guy who stole my boat and who
Perfect.
may have killed my captain. We're trying to
Perfect.
figure that out.
Love it. Thank you. I needed
Did I
that.
miss?
It's been
Did I miss
so
anything,
long.
Mr. Dungeon Master?
No, that sounds familiar.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank God for the notes we take.
Where's the meeting happening again tonight?
The meeting is happening at the hill south of the Dung Sweepers Guild Hall. Which
Oh,
I just
there.
pung.
Okay. Hmm.
If I do this, that might move it for the map if people are looking at that, Al.
Success. That exactly did it.
Sweet. So that is where it is. You guys are up well north of that, but I mean, it's a town. It's maybe a 15-minute walk.
Did you ping it?
I did. I shall ping it again, though.
Oh, okay.
Bing.
Oh, that's where we need to go.
That's where you have been. It's been indicated that you will be going.
Well,
Okay.
what do you guys think? Because you said it's like 10 o'clock right now.
Yeah, it's getting on. So I mean, basically, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm just wondering if I shapeshift into like a cat, and I just do a quick reconnoiter of the area just to see if they're setting up an ambush, that kind of thing. You're good with that, gang?
Yeah. Meanwhile, for us, instead of us just standing there, is there like, I know it's 10 o'clock, but are there any like weaponry shops that are open or potion shops that are open that we may go, while Tergar is scouting out, we may procure some helpful items?
Generally, stuff closes down at sunset. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But nice try. Yep. So, I mean, if you have anything particular you're looking for that maybe the dwarves have,
Healing potions.
you can always ask.
Well, so while you guys are doing that, I'm heading, by the way, down. I've shapeshifted into a cat, and I'm heading down to that area.
Okay.
And
So,
What kind of cat?
buy me a
Long hair, short hair.
gray cat,
Like a
I'm not
British.
soft,
I need more.
a blue and a green eye.
What's your cat name?
Riptide.
In the movie Cats, what actor plays you?
Dame Judi Dench.
Oh,
What's your song in the movie
ah,
/ musical?
My song is Pinball Wizard.
Aw, little kid singing that. That's cute.
I'm actually a cat from Tommy the musical.
Wow.
makes sense.
All right, get out
Check
of here,
that.
you little scamp.
So I have to find out how many hit points is that little guy. 2. Okay. This is exciting.
I
I've
have
never
any
changed
proficiency.
into that before.
You've never changed into a cat.
No.
Okay, so off you go down to the Dung Sweepers Guild Hall. In the meantime, any of the rest of you want to be doing anything with the dwarves or elsewhere?
Yeah, I'll ask the dwarves if they've got any potions. Friends.
Friends, you liked me earlier. So they say, well, I mean, they're worth a little something, lass.
That's fair, and I'm
You go.
happy to contribute from just my friend you saw who became a cat. Requested this, and as a as a friend to them, I am trying to just do them a solid. But I have the means to pay.
He's at this point puffing, the dwarf you're talking to is puffing a long pipe, and he looks up and says, well, I've got a potion I could maybe part with. Maybe I could get a replacement in the morning, and I'd say it's probably worth 60 gold, if you've got that lying around.
We do have a lot of gold, to be fair.
That's like a lot for a potion, right? Am I crazy?
It is a lot. But I'm actually, no, wait, standard
How much
health
a
potions
potion?
are 50, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
Thank you
But
for
it's-
knowing
This
that. You drive a hard bargain. Would you part with it for 50?
That's what I can buy it for 50, and you need it now. Surely you know how commerce works, Glonda.
Well, then if I buy it from you, what's the point of me returning you one in the morning?
Oh, well, if you'll do me the service of returning one in the morning, then, as a friend, you could
I'm
have it
just-
for 50.
I just thought that, 50, eh? And I could just buy another one. Give it to me.
Good poker face, Glonda. Good poker face.
I look at Nim, hoping that Nim will give me an idea with her face.
They're horrible bluffers. I love it.
I'll take your deal.
This is excellent. So he hands his pipe to somebody and he goes inside. A few minutes later, he comes out with a potion wrapped in a small bit of silk. And
Just to confirm, this is a healing potion, right?
oh, yes,
Okay.
only the very best.
Okay, terrific. Here is 50 gold.
Ching ching. He bites into one of the gold pieces and he's satisfied. Actually, no, he doesn't even do that. He trusts you fine. He
boy.
takes your
Wait.
word, doesn't even count it.
Wait. I got duped.
Did you?
Yes. I say, let me take a look. I don't think I counted that proper. And then because if I give him, I'm just gonna break character right now. If I give him 50 now, and then in the morning I have to go buy another one, that's 100 gold. Because then I have to return the potion to him.
Yeah.
That's duping me. So I have to buy one in the morning for 50,
It's a- yeah,
and I'm
it's a rough
buying
deal.
this one.
It's a rough deal, but now you get a potion of healing right now.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
That doesn't
No,
work for me.
I'll say,
That
you
doesn't
know
work
what?
for me.
I'll give you the full 60, and I'll keep this. And I will not give you one in the morning. And that is fine by me, sir.
He gives it with a glint in his eye. He says, oh, yes, well, then I guess that's fine then.
Good catch, Christine.
You almost bested me, sir. And then I look at Nim again and I go like this.
Be smart. I'm supposed to be smart.
You're supposed to be smart.
Yeah, but you're book smart. You're not real world smart.
I'm not street smart at all. Speaking of my character for a quick second, as a high elf, she does have proficiency in simple and in light armor, and she hasn't been wearing any ever. So she
True.
really should get some studded leather armor because that will bump her AC up just a bit, and that could make be a game changer for her.
Mhm.
So I wonder if like you said, I don't think she can get anything tonight, but it's going to be a huge priority for her to just get some studded leather armor because that's the highest level of light armor I think that she could wear, right?
That is. I'm just wanting to double check for absolutely sure. Maybe somebody in the chat knows more than I do whether wizards wearing armor is a thing. I think light armor, if anything, might be okay, but
Yeah, it says high elf level stacks with arcane spellcasting level for purposes of determining. Their standard racial weapon proficiencies are light armor, I thought, but maybe it's wrong.
I want to
Okay.
get studded leather armor too. I only have leather armor.
Jeez, what is slumming in leather armor? So, casting an armor, because of the mental focus and precise gestures required for spell casting, you must be proficient with the armor you are wearing to cast a spell. You are otherwise too distracted and physically hampered by your armor for spell casting.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you as an elf have a proficiency in light armor, then that is
Yeah.
no problemo.
Okay, sweet. That's going to be huge. Her AC is 12. It's probably going to go up to like 14.
13
Well,
or 14 was
I
studded.
think 14. Yeah.
Friends,
Oh.
does anyone happen to have some studded
You
leather
could probably get some for
armor?
you, but I don't think the dwarves would have something that would fit Nim, but they could have something that would fit you.
They would definitely not have anything that would fit Nim. If you would
No.
like to see if somebody wants to loan you some studded leather armor,
Well,
that
if I
will
could
be-
get some studded even that fits me, can I not share mine to Nim?
It wouldn't fit me. We're very different.
Is that a thing?
I
It
want to
is,
see
yeah.
that awkward fashion show of the
We can't-
missized leather
We can't
armor.
share clothes.
I mean, if we were both dwarves, it would work, Christine.
Yeah,
but we're
exactly.
different.
So, I thought it'd be like a Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants thing.
I wish.
Ugh.
God, I wish.
So you want to see if somebody's got some studded leather armor for you?
Yeah. While
Let's
we're
roll-
here, while we're waiting for the cat.
Let's have you roll a persuasion roll, and then we'll jump to Turgar the Wanderer, who has finally wandered down to the
17.
17. Apparently, Nima just dwarf shamed.
She might be the one that has a strange body.
No, wait.
I didn't make any of those.
There's a 14.
Is it 14?
Oh.
So they're a little bit loath to part with their armor.
I understand.
Yeah, they. I mean.
I was just asking if there were extras laying around, my friends.
Does anybody have guidance as a cantrip? Because why?
I'm going to when I can change my cantrips
Yeah,
yet
same.
again.
Okay, that's
It's
what,
on my to-do list.
okay.
We just change our cantrips every day?
When we have a long rest.
I can't. I can only change them when I level.
That is when you can change them.
Oh, right, but
generally,
we
yeah.
have leveled up, but then Andrew
I
just
changed
said it'd
one.
be good to do it
After a long rest.
after a long rest.
I changed one, but it wasn't that one, or to that one.
Meanwhile, down at the Dung Sweepers Guild Hall, Turgar pads along as a cat.
Well, on the way, Terragar had an epiphany that he was in the wrong animal form. Yeah, I'm not
Do we have to
kidding.
do that whole thing and now choose a
I
different
was a
movie?
cat, and I'm even
Yeah.
going to burn the extra hit point here.
Okay.
But Terragar goes, "What am I doing?" And with his paw, so it's more like this.
No.
And Terragar, I become a hare, a rabbit, because I have
So
superior
fast.
stealth
Mm.
as a rabbit. And so I'm going to. It's a beautiful transformation.
So we
From
saw a
cat
cat
to
leave,
rabbit.
and a bunny was going to come back, and we're going to freak out and be like, "That's
We're gonna
not
be
him,
like,
kill him."
"Ah!"
Now this
Evil bunny.
this rabbit is all black with a white nose, and I'm sorry, in a callback to my pet that I had as a boy. My name is Thumper.
Thumper the
Aw.
rabbit. Okay.
Thumper the rabbit.
You know, he's also the that was also the name of the rabbit in Bambi.
I know, and that's
What?
why my Thumper was named Thumper. But
He
this
did
is
the
in
thing.
honor of my Thumper. Not
Does the
Disney's.
thing when he rubs up against another bunny, his foot does a little. Okay. So you approach the Dung Sweepers Guild Hall, which is a large structure perched on a rapidly narrowing ledge, set off on its own for a reason. This is the Dung Sweepers Guild Hall. It smells pretty gross. One of the only thriving businesses in the slums, this building is the base of operations for a large number of unskilled laborers who endlessly patrol the streets of Saltmarsh with one of their dung wagons. They clear the streets and alleys of filth and refuse, haul it back here, and burn it in the pit behind the building, or dump it unceremoniously over the edge into the sea. So that is what you see.
Now you had mentioned that we're planning on meeting them here, correct?
Yes.
So what I would like to do is just to do a perimeter a hop, and to see if I see anything in my as I sort of circle around the perimeter.
Mhm.
Not too close to the edge of the cliffs, but I don't want to go right into the middle of anything just yet. and just to see if I can, using my superior perception as a rabbit,
Ooh.
if I can see any traps being laid for us.
Okay. Well, let me just get on the same page with you. Oh, yeah, you do get some perception, eh? Well, I think your perception is better than the rabbit's +2, but
Well, don't I get that in addition to my
no,
perception?
if yours is worse than it, then you get it.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was taking it more for the stealth is the
Yeah.
reason why I wanted
And
it.
it's got some nice bonus actions. But
Yes.
roll your perception, sir. I'm going to say roll.
It does roll.
Nice.
Oh, man. That is a 12.
It's not bad. So you do a rabbit-like, a hare-like hop around the hill, and it's still kind of drizzly, misty, dark, murky. It smells very bad. So yeah, between all those factors, you don't really see anything that catches your eye. Certainly, you don't detect any.
Actually, I get to roll with advantage. Don't. Oh no, that was as cat. Sorry.
Boy, should have stayed as a cat.
Yeah, I would have gotten 2 rolls.
Sure would.
Based on smell, but anyway. Okay, what happens if I now do a hop through the center of that hill? So I've gone the circumference. If I cut through, can I do another perception check?
No, I'm going to assume that you have spent the better part of a half an hour wandering through the entire hill, and nothing has.
So I haven't seen anything overly concerning.
No, certainly you don't see any snares or traps or anything that you as
or men lurking in the woods with weapons.
There's nobody lurking there. You see in the actual house, there is the chimney is lit and smoke is coming up out of it at quite a pace because the wind is up, and there's a light on inside the building.
Okay. Could I...
Someone say something funny in the chats because you giggled, Andrew.
They did, yeah.
Could I transform into a spider and crawl and look at the window? Look inside the window?
You sure can.
Great.
You do that, and inside you see a single person seems to be fixing a boot in front of the fireplace, which is the source of light, and they're using a big darning needle.
Is this a single-story building?
It is a single-story building.
Okay,
yeah, it's like
so I'm looking at it's one giant room. There's not potentially other people that I could crawl around and look in different windows?
So there's 2 other rooms off of this one. There are small windows. One of them has a rudimentary kitchen with a sort of a big basin with water. The other is a sleeping quarter. It looks like it is the quarters for one person.
Okay.
This person, perhaps.
Let's not make assumptions.
Well,
It's true.
I think I'm going to crawl off the house and just sort of maybe perch myself on a tree.
Hang on. A rabbit is being
No, I'm a spider.
It's a spider now.
When did that happen? What? When did that happen?
It's freaking magic.
Shape-shifting magic.
So, but here's the thing. I didn't talk to gang about maybe my just staying here till the meeting. Do you think you would, if I don't come back, what are you going to do? You're probably going to freak out. I'm going to have to go back and give you my report.
Yeah, we need at least some signal.
Well,
that
wait.
You could spin into a web that
Do
we'd
I
see
have-
on the way over.
Wait.
It's like Charlotte's Web.
Yeah, but it'll say
Oh,
it's me,
Yeah,
Tergar.
it'll just say Tergar.
And then P.S. I ditched the cat idea.
Well, what time is it now, Andrew?
It's probably closing in on 11.
I'm going to hang out here for 15 and literally hang here for about 15 minutes or so, and then I'll make my way back up. How long would it take me to get back up to where the gang is?
In spider form or
No,
in Tergar
in
form?
Tergar form.
Probably about 20 minutes.
Okay, I'll just head up now.
Okay. You return back. The dwarves look like they're starting to maybe think about mobilizing into their arms and armor for their intimidation party. They are a little bit wobbly, definitely full of liquid courage. There are some oaths given. There are some things sworn. There's loud protestations of fealty that they will guard your back. They'll make sure no harm comes to you, lass, and things like that.
Do we want them to be several paces behind us or hidden in any possible way, or are we just going to show up with an army of dwarves?
I think that makes sense to have them a bit behind because we don't want to come in as if we're invading.
Or can a group of drunk dwarves be quiet?
Not this group.
What if can I cast something that will silence them, I wonder? I don't think so.
Well, maybe if we have them at a distance and we have one of us, like Nem, if you stick back, as you should, then you could call them. Let's say we keep them on the top of that bluff.
because I can send a mental message to one of them as long as they're within my range.
What's your range?
120 feet.
Yeah, so we'll keep them 120 feet back until we need them.
Okay, and then I can just say, help, and they'll run towards us if needed.
That sounds like a great plan.
Yeah.
All right, and then let's go get the assassin and bring him.
Excellent. Who's going to go and do that? Or are you all going to go?
Because we'll get him on the way.
Okay. So you wander by Hool Watchtower. I'm assuming that Tergar has come back, given his report that there's nothing untoward.
And there's a beautiful reunion when Petrie puffs back into the air and she comes and like lands on everybody's shoulder and like nuzzles them a bit and wiggles around and wants her belly rubbed, and it's a cute moment.
And on our way down there, we are stopping by at the jail and collecting our assassin to bring him to this meeting. Correct?
Yeah.
Conveniently, it is kitty corner from the mining guild and the stonemasons guild, the barracks and jail.
And is a city guard coming with us as well?
Yes, they would like to have two guys with this murder suspect, suspect is in air quotes.
We are a little army here.
But hang on, that's a problem because if we're going to be giving this assassin to the assassin's leader, those people aren't going to like that because that's the issue here.
Moral quandary.
Well, I think we go in first without him. Find out what the deal is.
How many messages can you send, Nima? Is it a cantrip?
It's a cantrip, yeah.
So you can send as many as you want?
Yeah, they can't send messages back, mind you, but I can...
You can say...
Oh, but I could keep Peachtree there, actually, so that I can hear anything that they say.
Okay.
But yeah, like we have this issue where if we want information from the mob boss or whatever, the assassin's boss, I keep thinking it's gang related. They're assassins.
Fair. They wear their hats sideways and point their guns on an angle and stuff.
Okay,
it's totally gang related.
So yeah, like if he's gonna want the assassin back, but then these guards are not going to be okay with us giving.
We have to take out either the guards or the boss and assassin. These are the two options.
Yeah.
And that's when the dwarves come in handy.
Right, because as long as we're cool with, we're good then. We're all on the same page.
Am I right? Is there another option? Norman, you're a lawyer.
Unless the assassin's boss kills the assassin because he doesn't want the assassin talking. And then maybe that's okay.
And the city is aware of what we're doing.
Chewing.
The city is aware of what's happening, and that's why they're providing that we're not responsible for those city guards' safety, nor are we technically responsible for the assassin's safety because the city guard is there. It's got a police escort.
Okay.
That's the way I'm going to argue with my lawyer. Good Norman.
So I think this goes back a couple of sessions, but ultimately you did explain to Anders your situation,
Yeah.
that you were going to have this conversation, but he was pretty clear that you weren't going to be able to give this guy up. He's still a murder
He didn't
suspect.
want us to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we're not, but we want to find out, and so we can go in that knowing we are not giving him up.
I
We'll
think
find
that's
out
a
what
good
happens as a
idea
result.
because I think the only person we're really going to have to fight with, if we have to fight, is the boss and whoever he brings, because the guards have the other assassin hostage, like they're holding him.
What other assassin?
The one that we have that the guards are going to watch. It's the assassin's boss, right?
Yes. He even had a name, but it's
He did.
buried in notes
It's
somewhere.
Seb or Keb, isn't it?
Seb sounds right. I like it.
Yeah. It says Lev Lockelson.
It is Lev Lockelson, and I
Yeah.
have it right here. Yes.
Yeah. So it's Lev Lockelson's
Then let's
boss.
do this. Let's go in.
So the plan
talk.
here, get info, probably try and take out the assassin's boss.
Or
the
watch
killer
the assassin
cobbler.
get killed by the boss. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Because we got the police force, the mayor, and the dwarves on our side. If we turn on the cops, the guards, then the whole town's gonna turn on us.
Yeah.
You know?
And you got to think that this guy's not an idiot. He's allowing us to meet. I'm curious to see. I'm not sure that this is going to play the way we think maybe it's going to play.
Now it's gonna get weird. Look at Andrew's got a smirk.
He's got
Something's
a twinkle in
gonna
his
happen.
eye.
Look, he's got that glare from his computer on his glasses. Something's
Yeah.
going on.
Right there in my eyes.
Hey,
That's
somebody
the way.
zoom in and see if you can see what his computer says.
All right, so you collect Lev Lockelson from the jail. Two rather surly guards being brought up at this hour and having to go out in a rainy night, pick up some torches and put Lev in some manacles. Lev has a trepidatious look on his face, but seeing Norman, he is reassured. And the 7, 8 of you, followed by a dozen dwarves wearing various types of armor and carrying various types of weapons, march down. I guess they march down the lower end of town. They don't go past all the high mansions and such. So you pass by the Dancing Dryad, and you pass by the Lizard's Boat, and you pass by a lot of lower
Pounder.
you do pass by the Flounder Pounder, yes. You pass by a lot of low-end buildings, the slums of the city, and eventually you end up at the Dung Sweepers Guild Hall. And it is just coming on to midnight. I feel like we need to get on some suspenseful music here. Yeah. So let's do that. And it's pretty dark out now. It's only the light generated by the guards' torches that is providing any kind of illumination.
We all have dark vision.
You do all have dark vision. It is still fairly... again, there's a drizzle and a mist in the air, so visibility is limited.
Nim will cast light on one of her on an empty potion bottle that she'll hold for now. So that casts a decent amount of 20-foot radius dim light for an additional 20 feet as well. So
Okay.
we've got a decent.
I thought you'd have an extra ham on you.
No, that's Norman. Oh yeah, maybe she still has the ham bone, and that's
bone?
become her light beacon.
That sounds legit. So yeah, you are at the hill, the appointed location. Lev looks around anxiously. Well, actually, I should say, what is your MO at this point? You see the hill in the distance there?
I think we should make sure that we should ask the guards to also stay back because we don't want our hand to be shown. So I think we might need to try to persuade the guards see if we can get them to stay back with the dwarves, because otherwise our hand will be revealed if they are with us. So, can our dwarf do that? The one with the butterflies in her stomach?
What do you want me to do? I'm so nervous.
I want you to try to convince the guards to stay back with the dwarves,
Sure.
so that our hand doesn't get revealed.
But
Okay.
are we bringing the assassin in with us,
Yes.
or are we leaving
Yeah.
him behind? Why don't we leave him behind so we have a bargaining chip?
Well, the boss probably won't talk to us if we don't have the assassin.
Then we bring him in.
But how do we bring him in without revealing that we've got guards with us?
I bet he knows. It's a
He
small
should
town.
know. Like, where else would they be? It's not like we were, or the assassin be. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Sure. Okay. Deal.
Okay.
Okay. And
Guards.
the dwarves?
Guards come with us. Dwarves, my brothers.
And we can be
Hang-
straight up honest with him too, right? By the
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Hang back. We don't want to put you in any, immediate danger. So we will call you if, via
Message from me.
Message.
Who's your leader?
One of the slightly less inebriated dwarves pipes up and says, I am the leader.
Excellent. Petrie, go hang on that wonderful man's beard. And Petrie hangs upside down and gently nuzzles into his beard.
The dwarf looks at this like, not the worst, not the craziest thing I've seen all night.
When
Hey,
you get this signal, please come join us by the Dung Sweepers Guild Hall.
All right, when we get your signal, we'll come a charging in. In the meantime, we'll be over there. And he points a little bit further up the road where it smells a lot less terrible.
I don't blame you.
Yep. And the guards sort of poke Lev towards you and say, and what about this one then? What?
Hold
Leave
on
him
to him as
here.
well. Yes, hold on to him as well. And I will again send you a message when it might be time to bring him forward.
All right. And one of them wraps his cloak a little tighter around him to sort of fend off the cold and dreary night. The other
Would you
one
like me to create a bonfire for you?
Oh, can you do that? That
Yeah,
would be
oh,
very nice.
Absolutely. She just creates this beautiful bonfire for him using the cantrip create bonfire.
They look a lot less sullen and sodden as they did, and they warm themselves in front of it. Lev also warms himself. He's trying to sort of be like, this is just another night out. This is totally with friends. This is all fine. So they're taken care of, and the rest of you go up the hill. Is that to the appointed
Also,
place?
it is technically 5:30 almost. So if the next thing is going to be a big thing, we might want to take a little break now before we dive in.
That is a great idea. Why don't we take our break now, and maybe Jordan will be with us when we come.
Yes.
Who knows? Anything could happen. All right, Al. Oh, you're muted, Al, so if you're saying something witty, we didn't get it.
We will be back in 5 minutes.
Woohoo!
Oops.
And we're back. And Jordan has made it and then ran away again. Oh, and now he's here again. He's toying with our emotions. We don't know what's going on. Although Brooke has lost today's can we get back to the scene before intermission ends challenge. So hopefully she'll be back. Jordan, we explained Joe Jongeron's absence in that his armor actually got damaged during the events in the basement of the mansion, and he needed to go see a guy to go and fix it. And no guy was available, so he did a little bit of patchwork on his own. So you managed to sort of put some links back where they're supposed to be. Did Joe Jondron need or want to do any healing before the next events unfold?
I don't know. Did he?
I don't know. He might have had a little damage from the sesh last time.
We didn't take a rest in between there, right?
We did not take a long rest. So
A short rest, yeah.
yeah, did take a short rest though. So you could roll some hit dice if you wanted to gain some points back.
Okay, let me do that. I haven't queued up my documents or anything yet, but I can get that going.
Sounds good. And of course, dice are being finicky tonight. So if you've got something to roll dice with, that is ideal. Not a calculator.
No, I don't have anything to roll.
Well, we can roll for him.
Well, and another thing is Google will actually has a
Yes,
dice
right.
roller. If you just Google roll dice, it'll give you a little interface. It's pretty cool.
Oh, neat.
Okay, so I'm just opening up my spreadsheet.
Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Brooke, how are you?
I'm good.
Cool.
How are you?
Good.
I'm sorry that you are jumping from one meeting to another, but I hope this one is fun for you.
No, it was a good meeting.
Hey,
and,
great.
I'm glad to be in a meeting with friends.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I wasn't participating in it. I wasn't on Zoom
Okay.
actively. I was just listening in.
Making
So
sure
at
everybody
least-
was there.
It leaves a little bit of the Zoom fatigue out of it. So good.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to roll a public dice, Andrew, for increasing my hit points.
I would love it if it worked. Unfortunately, I don't think it will.
Okay, so I will roll on Google and just you'll trust me.
It's really neat,
I will
Andrew.
just trust you.
So I'm rolling. I rolled
Die.
a 10 on a 20-sided die.
You're going to be rolling a 10-sider for
Ah.
your hit points.
So you rolled a
Well,
10.
I can just use the 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 9.
That's almost as good. So you get 9 hit points back.
Okay, great. So I'm at 35. That should be enough.
Yep. All right. So you reconnect with these guys as they're on their way down to the Dung Sweepers Guild Hall. You see a dozen dwarves arrayed in arms and armor and looking super excited to follow behind your motley crew of a party. Slightly inebriated, and by slightly I mean considerably.
Did we tell him how we got them?
Oh yeah, we can.
Does he know?
We can tell him.
Did you say the Dung Sweepers Guild Hall?
This is where you had your appointed meeting tonight with the
Jeez.
boss of Lev Lockelson, the assassin who killed Harlagane,
Okay.
Galonda's sailing mate from ages past. If you remember that long ago.
I do.
And Harlagane's dying words were about Jack saying that which made us suspect that he has killed my old captain and stolen the boat.
Right.
And
Yeah,
also,
maybe-
Petrie is back, and so when she sees you, she flies around you and squeaks with a bit of joy because she's happy to see you again.
Is this the same Petrie? Or is this a Wired and Willie situation?
It's exactly the same Petrie. She kind of goes into this like ethereal world, and then when we give her a new body, she hops back in. So exact same Petrie.
Okay, you got to read this Wired and Willie story on CP24.
On CP24.
It's shocking. It's shocking.
CP24.
Listen, that's where the quality news comes from, though. So, all right. So the dwarves have been left behind, ready to rush to your aid should they be required. The guards and Lev Lockelson are also there. Meanwhile, you have. Well, we were just thinking about what you're going to do next when we decided to go to intermission, and now you're with us, Jordan. So, what would the party like to do now? It is mere minutes before midnight, according to your estimation.
I think
This-
our party should just walk towards the location and wait.
There's no sense in any of us hiding.
No, just
We
act
already-
like
yeah, we've
everything's
already-
normal.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Just same.
Okay, you head up to the top of the hill, and some time passes, and you don't see anything. You don't see a torch approach. You don't see figures in the distance. And then
Can I do
Nope.
a perception? Because now I'm nervous.
absolutely you can. Gonna have to roll one of them fancy dice though.
It's too bad you don't have night mode on that map.
I should.
I
Really
crushed it. I got 22.
22. Okay. In the distance, you're fairly sure you see a figure standing on top of the hill to the northwest. So it's a cliff edge, and then there's a winding path which there's a switchback down it. And through the drizzle and the mist, you're pretty sure you see a figure up there.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna
And
the
say.
same thing as us.
I'm gonna say. I think I see someone over there, but can somebody look the opposite direction and in all directions just in case?
You all look around, and you don't see much else other than the mist and the drizzle. And you're starting to get a little bit wet. Well, you're starting to get very wet, but that's sodden, bone-weary wet, so this is not a pleasant time. When a whisper sort of hits all of your ears and says, "Where's Lev? I thought the deal was you would bring Lev."
And should we be seeing a map, like a close-up
No.
map of this? Not
We're
yet.
not. There's no close-up for this one. That doesn't
Sweet.
mean anything. There could totally be combat.
So there's a whispered voice
Yes.
to us.
Is Lev not with us? Is he hanging back right now?
Yeah, he's
yeah,
hanging
we,
back.
we,
right now.
we decided to hang him back.
Okay.
Lev is near, but right now he's not here.
We've got some questions.
Before we just hand him back over.
Well, then, ask your questions. Maybe I will even give you an answer.
Who are you?
He sounds
Yeah.
very nice to me.
He laughed at my joke.
Yeah. He says, names are not important, not for what I do.
What do you do?
I arrange for the final ending for many people.
Do I recognize him? Because I used to live here.
You heard tales the last time you were here. I mean, there are a number of different guilds. There are sort of the above board guilds like the Bakers Guild and the Tinkers Guild and the Dung Sweepers Guild. But then there's some other guilds which don't exactly get a charter, like the Thieves Guild. And rumors were had that there is an Assassins Guild. And that would, if there is such a thing, and this is the boss of that, then that is who this guy is.
What do you want with what the hell's this guy's name? Leeb Hall?
Lev.
Lev? What do you want with Lev?
Well, Lev was interrupted in the course of his assignment.
Oh,
Well,
You had
You-
other assassinations to accomplish on your behalf.
no. Let's just say that Lev was sloppy when he should not have been, or more to the point, you are an exceptional group of people. I would hate to see Lev's career cut down so early. And I would be most appreciative if you would to give him back to me, and maybe I could answer a question or two that you might have.
How
Looking-
was his work cut early if he killed Harlagane?
To end the life of one is merely one half of the task.
Go on.
Not getting caught is the other half.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
right. Of
Oh,
course.
alright.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
there
it.
was some
Okay.
magic or
No.
something.
You have to pull it at their heart. No, I'm just kidding.
And then so Nim will send like a message to Glonda and just say focus on your captain, see if you can get any information regarding that situation.
What do you know about Jack Terragali?
All right.
Jack Terragali. Ah, well, a bit of a scurrilous man, that one, isn't he? But this isn't getting me my man back, and
It could.
I feel very ill-compelled to give you information, not for anything.
I can't send a message back to Nima, so I look at her like this.
Means
And
a lot.
Nima's just so cold, like she's just so bad at social
Yeah,
stuff. She's just
I feel like you're speaking to me in my head, and I'm just going.
So he just said that he doesn't really have much to say about Jack, and also that he really wants his assassin back. So he's running thin on his.
Well, look.
No,
you're
no,
in a
he
bit
was.
of a.
What he was saying was he doesn't feel compelled to give you anything for free, basically.
If
Well-
we show you we have Lev here, will you tell us more about the connection between him and Jack, and possibly even Captain Fascatan and his untimely death?
Well, I will give you this for free in that. And it's Rardath, isn't it? Not Raskatan. But
Is it?
well, you tell me. You
That was a
probably
literal.
Boy, I'm pretty sure it's. Oh yeah, Rardath. There we go. But I like Raskatan. It's a fun name. I'll use it later.
I thought it was Fascatan. Sorry, I have a note here that says Captain Fascatan came down with a sickness a few weeks ago and died. And then First Mate Jack took his ship.
Maybe we wrote it wrong.
Andrew says that Raskatan sounds much cooler, and I agree with him. So yeah, maybe
Retcon.
canonically it'll be Raskatan from here on in.
But I have Fascatan, and you're saying Rardath. And I'm so okay, Raskatan it is.
All other names are rescinded. So he says, I will tell you this for free, that Raskatan's demise was not any of our doing. Now, give me back my man.
Well, you understand it's not as easy as that. The city's become involved because your man wasn't very good at his job.
That is none of my concern. How
Well,
badly...
it is.
It is if you want him back.
If he does not come back to me, 'tis no great loss. Clearly he was not the man that we thought he was. And maybe he won't survive the night.
Oh.
Andrew, can we see this person now? Or is he still whispering from some...
So it's strange in that you see that form that Glonda has pointed out, but it is easily like 200 feet away from you, and he is regarding you with some interest, but for whatever reason his voice carries, probably magically, you would guess.
Yeah.
But he is significantly, he's like well out of bowshot even. So to like attack him would be like to charge him, and he's probably not going to be there when you get there. But
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I don't know. Like, technically, what information do we hope to get out of him that would then put the whole city on our bad side because we handed away an assassin to a boss?
I just want to know where Jack is, because he left with my ship. That's the goal, right? Is me to get my ship
Mhm.
at the end of all of this? And if Jack stole the ship, then... Hi, Aaron!
They're saying hi, Aaron. Oh.
I can hear through your headphones.
Okay. What's up?
Can I use the instrument?
Yeah.
Okay.
tonight's guest appearance,
It's a sprite.
it's you summoned a fae already with
Yeah.
your new spell. That's great.
Oh.
Right.
Like a little spirit, a little fairy.
Yeah, a mirthful fae. So what do you want to do? He's
Okay, so here's the deal. We're pretty sure he actually wants the assassin because he's going to kill the assassin because he doesn't want the assassin talking. So maybe we should just end this conversation and like get as much information we can out of the assassin before he kills him.
Yeah, if we go back to the assassin and say, "Look, Lev, you're about to be killed unless you give
By
us
your boss.
information,
And then we'll
And-
And
pretend
we'll protect you.
we'll
Yeah.
protect you."
How do we
Okay.
do we just say, okay, F off and leave?
Yeah, we'll say we can't give him to you. So if that's all that you want, bye.
It's outside of our control.
Yeah.
But then
Perhaps
if we say
something-
we can't give him to him, then and he leaves, then there's no threat on Lev.
But there is.
but he's gone. And here's the other piece: the only way the city guard are giving him up is if they're gonna fight. They're not gonna let him go, and then that means their blood will be on our hands. This is not what I thought was going to happen, where we were going to be forced to give him up because we were fighting. This guy's actually trying to pit us now against the town, like what we're worried might happen.
So what
So
if we
it's-
bring Lev out right now and see what happens?
He's going to probably kill him in front of us.
May I just ask what
Yeah.
what we want out of this boss?
We want to
Christine?
find out why he made Lev kill Harlagane.
And he won't tell us
He won't.
Until we give him the assassin.
And
until we give him the
and
assassin.
the reason we care so much about Harlagane is Harlagane's last words were about Jack. So in the end, we want to find out where Jack is and why they're, because we suspect that Jack killed Captain
Something.
Raskatan. Rardath, Faskatan, Raskatan.
Have we told,
It's hyphenated, and he doesn't really say all his names. At once.
Right.
have we told the boss that all we want to know is what happened to Jack?
Yeah, and pretty much we were like, what do you know about him? And he's like, I'm not telling you shit until you give me your assassin or my assassin
Is there
back.
anything else he might want?
Ask.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
You're the master of persuasion.
Okay, just before I even persuade Mr. Boss, what's his name? The boss?
He hasn't given you a name.
don't know.
He
He'll
thinks
tell
that
us.
names are just
Mr.
a
Boss is
construct.
good.
Right, he's just a construct, of course. Yes, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want other than Lev?
He looks. The figure on the cliff's edge looks towards you, and he says, "Well, there are many things that I want, but I don't think they're within your power to give. But I see that you are conflicted about releasing Lev to my tender care. Maybe I will make this easier on you, for I will tell you that Mr. Lockelson was engaged in a contract for us, and that contract comes with a price. He fulfilled part of the contract, but not all. If you are able to pick up the rest of that contract, i.e. in a merely financial sense, I would be willing to share with you certain details, for I am well disposed to the prowess of your crew.
What's the cost of the other half of the contract?
400 gold pieces.
Oh, we got a lot of money though.
Well,
Poker face,
typically,
man.
I
Poker
wanted to-
face.
Yeah,
Right.
I think
She like put all of her coins out on the grass and starts counting them.
I'd be willing to start the negotiations at 100 golden pieces. I don't know about you guys.
Go for
between the four of us.
Yeah.
25 each. How about 100 golden pieces?
Says, this really isn't the kind of negotiation, when people's lives are at stake that you really want to go into. But I appreciate your moxie. Jojongeron, is it?
100
Ooh.
101 gold pieces.
Listen, we have 135 gold pieces total. We can give you that right now and walk away, and everybody gets what they want. So 135 could be yours 5 seconds from now. You just
And
gotta
Nim goes, I've got 388 in my
Poker face. Shut your mouth. Poker
Yeah, could
face.
I look at Nim and I go,
She goes,
I'd be happy to roll a persuasion for the 135 figure.
Perfect. Let's have you do that.
Okay, which is a +7 for me.
It is pretty dang good. Let's see what Google gives you.
Google gives me a 5.
Says
That's a 12.
12. He says, and you said 135?
135.
135 gold pieces is a very lean amount for what Mr. Lockelson is worth. If you are so ill-favored towards him, I could answer a question for that amount. I make no promises to the well-being of Mr. Lockelson, though.
How about 200 gold pieces?
Well,
We had a question. We could have asked him a question.
But he's not guaranteeing his life.
well, we haven't given him Lev yet.
True. Yeah, I take that back.
I'm sorry,
Well,
did
that's-
Mr. Tergar say 200 gold pieces?
No, I was coughing. Sorry. Sorry.
Team huddle.
Who's got a good question?
Okay. Oh my God, what do we do?
So you actually phrased it beautifully, Christine, when Jordan asked you, what do we want to know? You said it so perfectly and so succinctly.
Thank you.
Let's
What did you say?
What the
remember
hell
what
did you say?
Somebody go back in the stream.
Can
Yeah.
somebody in the chat rewind about 4
No,
minutes?
it's
No.
We want to know
Why?
why they killed Harlagane and what connection, or if they know where Jack is.
Yeah, where's Jack?
So that's 2 questions.
I know.
Okay, how can we fool him into thinking it's one?
Let's say
question?
$200 for 2 questions.
Okay, sir.
Or one with a follow-up.
A whispered voice replies, yes.
How about what do we say? Two
questions.
questions for 200 gold pieces.
I could be amenable to that.
Great.
Okay, and you
Leave
have
your
to
mon-
answer them proper.
Well,
None of this weird stuff.
bring your money down to the guild hall below.
I'm scared too.
Nim
So that's 40
sends a
gold
message to
pieces.
Petrie. So Petrie flaps towards us, and we can put gold into a little pouch, and she can carry things that aren't too heavy. So she could bring it to the house, right? She can carry items.
Yeah, it's 50 gold to the... no, it's 10 coins to the pound, so... No, is it
5
50?
pounds?
Wait, hold on. Gold piece weighs how much? No. I think it's 200 pounds. Might be a bit heavy for Petrie.
Well, Petrie's she's got like almost a meter wingspan. Like she's a big bat.
Okay, it is allowable for Petrie to take this bag of gold to move the plot
Dan's right,
forward.
40 each.
I love that you're just like, I don't want this conversation to continue.
Yeah. I'm persuadable, absolutely persuadable.
I do
When it comes to
appreciate-
Petrie, I got a lot of leeway.
Oh,
Got a lot of
jeez.
leeway.
Appreciate it. So 40 each, or what did we say? 50 each.
40 each.
40
Okay.
each.
You do note that the figure that was that Dan had seen earlier darning the boot has come out to look at your confab on top of the hill. So when Petrie comes down with a bag of gold, he looks at it and he sort of weighs it, takes out a coin, bites it, sort of does a little chink chink, looks back up to the hilltop and gives a nod.
Oh, okay. So that's not the guy I saw. This is a different person.
No, it's the
No,
same
it's
guy
the
that
same
was
guy.
darning the boot, but he's clearly like in cahoots.
He's in on it.
That's what I'm saying. There's 2 people now. It's not one. Yeah.
Yes.
The boot
Wait,
guy
you
in
hadn't seen-
cahoots?
We hadn't seen him before. He was inside, but he had clearly at some point come out.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew this, Jordan, but Dan turned into a bunny and hopped around this area prior and actually got to see that there was a man in there. I don't know if
I just kind of
Dan told you.
assumed.
Yeah.
Because I like to turn into shit.
Oh, and a spider. Yeah, he was a spider as
And
well.
a cat.
And a very,
You couldn't
very briefly
decide.
cat.
It's true.
Okay. Mysterious Whisper Man. leader
We're-
of the assassins?
Well, give us some answers.
Oh, Dan,
Question,
be
question
very
one.
careful. Nobody ask a question while Glond is asking a question, because he'll count that as a question.
Question number one. Why did you have Lev kill Harlagane?
Because it was a contract taken out on Mr. Harlagane.
By whom, though? That's a follow-up. It counts as the same. But it's not the same question. He didn't answer that well.
You already told us this. We're paying you for new information. We know it's a contract. You've said that already. This does not count.
So Nim's
What is the contract?
follow-up is
Who
the
made
actual question,
contract?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the question.
I accept your shoddy logic.
Oh.
He says, well, it was none other than Jack Terrigali who
Okay.
asked for
you.
this.
See, that's what we've been frickin'. All right.
Okay. I want to huddle with everybody again. Should I ask if he works for Jack?
No, I don't think that
No.
matters. I think at this point,
Find out.
Where Jack is?
Well, find out where your captain is.
no, we'll find
He's
out.
dead.
Find out
Oh,
why. No, he probably doesn't know why Jack
Where? We
wanted
just need
to
to know
kill
where he
him.
was last
Ask
seen.
him if he knows where Jack is.
Yeah.
That's what we
No,
want to
ask
know.
him where Jack is, not if he knows.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Nima's right.
Okay. And don't ask him how he is on my way there. Okay. Question number 2. Where is Jack Taragali?
There's a pause, and he says, well, I don't know specifically where he is, but I know that he's been taking contracts that take him out to some very shady parts of the bay. Monmurg, Baymouth, low-end contracts, and definitely not in the way of profit. Raskatan certainly never went out that way. He's definitely...
Interesting. He sounds like he's anti-Jack, even though he took a contract for him.
Crooks are crooks. Let him,
Money's money.
Let him
Money
talk.
talks.
But he also kind of seems like he appreciated that the previous guy was an upstanding citizen.
He's not.
Yeah, it's a business. This is all. I am getting the sense this is just all business for this guy. There's nothing.
You know,
I don't know. I'm
would-
getting warm vibes. I'm just saying I'm getting warm vibes from this guy.
Honestly, I was about to ask, maybe it's our third question, if he could join our group.
Wait, was there any more to it?
He says, for free, I will say that I don't know why Terrigali wanted Harlagane killed. He didn't give me such detail. But I did hear that Harlagane had refused to ship out on Jack's latest voyage. He called it a fruitless venture.
Hmm.
You have been absolutely so helpful. I just would like to say it's been a pleasure talking to you.
We've really enjoyed your company.
Mm-hmm.
And likewise, it has been a pleasure for me, Miss Nimralian.
Oh, he knows who I am. That is quite frightful.
Now, if we were to require your services in the future, how might we contact you again?
Well, if you want my services, you do realize that invariably leads to the death of another person.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're quite aware.
Do you not know who? I thought you said you knew who we were. Do you not know what we bring before us?
Yeah, we've killed
A wake
thousands
of death.
people.
Yeah, we just.
Yeah, sometimes,
Have you heard of Tata Change?
that was us.
Yeah, we
Specifically
invented
him.
that.
Maybe if I need your services, I will reach out to you.
And then it'll cost
Right, and-
200 gold coins.
If we do end up calling you, what should we say? What's your name? For example.
If you should happen to need my services, you can always ask for the Black Skull. Leave a note at any one of the less reputable taverns. It will find its way to me. And with that, a flourish, he disappears off the cliff top. And a cloud passes before, and he's not there when it's gone.
Okay, we all high five.
There.
We're like, that was better than I thought it was gonna.
We didn't need to use our hit dice after all.
Yeah, but now I'm nervous and I want to see what Lev is like if nothing happened over there. You know? Like what
Yeah,
if
let's go
something
back.
Well, I
happened?
mean, yeah, that's
Okay.
fair because Nim wasn't actually checking in on
Yeah.
them ever using the bat. Yeah.
So
How do we feel about Lev? Do we actually care about him?
no, hell no.
Not
He
at
killed
all.
somebody. He's an
Not at all.
assassin.
No,
so
he goes
can
back to
stay
jail.
in jail. Yeah.
We just didn't want the city to be mad at us if we got him
We
killed.
we don't want the city to be mad
Yeah.
at us, and we didn't want to give him up and have him killed, and we have no leverage.
Okay, let's get him back to the jail
Leverage?
Yeah.
right now then.
Yeah, you could call. And tell him
Leverage?
that the boss is probably gonna be.
Christine gets inspiration for that.
Yes!
Marvelous pun.
That's her second inspiration. That's good. I'm so proud of you, Christine. I'm so proud.
Should we stop with Lev though at Janine's mud flange for a quick
Oh,
No, we gotta
God.
get him.
jig and dance?
No jigs, no dancing. We got to get him on a high-speed rail, maybe a maglev, straight to the police.
Is there a monorail
Station.
in this village?
No, not yet, but they're working on it. It's a it's a long-term plan. The LRT they call it. So thank you for topical humor. The Lev is fine. When you wander back, the dwarves are well into their third keg. They've been waiting.
Drinking the whole time. They're still drinking. Oh, I love them.
Literally, you come back and they're like, "Oh, did we miss it? What? I waited for your call and nothing happened. Or do we need to go kill something? What?" But Lev is also, he's around his bonfire with the two guards, and they're all sort of still just warming themselves. And Lev looks up at you like, "Did you see him? Was he there?"
He'd like you dead.
He blanches. He turns completely pale.
Yes, I would look out for, I don't know, anyone trying to kill you in the next while.
I think maybe it'd be safest if you went to prison.
Because you're definitely going to be killed.
Oh, hold on a
Black
moment.
Skull, the Black Skull is
Lev.
not messing around.
Don't say his name.
Lev
Perhaps-
looks pleadingly towards Norman, his lawyer.
Yeah, you heard what I said. I, as your lawyer, advise you to suck it up, go to jail, do your time, and then maybe this whole thing will have blown over by the time you get out.
One quick
Unless
question,
there's-
Lev. Do you have any information you want to give us?
Perhaps we can provide you with a little bit of extra backup if you can give us something that would make it worth our while.
I mean, this is my
keep you alive.
investigative team with me, and they are right because right now, your case is bad. I see the only option is you go to jail unless you have some information that could be useful. Then I think maybe we might have a chance at this thing.
He first of all looks real low right now. He's like on the verge of tears. You could tell that this is not exactly how he thought his life would go.
I put my arm around him.
Yeah, you do, and then the guards are like, "Guys, hold on. You keep a little distance here.
Sorry, no touching. No touching.
No touching in the."
No touching.
Oh, I had a note here that I was maybe gonna give. Do I have anything? Maybe I don't. No. So,
Do you want me to ask a question? Would that help?
no, I may have given you a
I would
lot.
tell
there.
Lev, we'll give you 135 golden pieces to answer one question.
That's a higher rate than the other guy.
Lev says, "Well, I don't listen. If you got my back, I could tell you. There's one thing I could tell you. I overheard when I was shadowing Harlegain. He was drinking with a friend of his, and he says that. Well, you got my back, right? If I'm going to jail, you protect me in there, right?"
Yeah, dude. Of course. Look at me.
I would like Norman to make a persuasion check. I think we need to see what kind of dice Al is rolling today.
Oh dear.
You're muted, Al,
Yeah. Persuasion, etc.
etc., etc.
Come on now. That is a I don't know. What does that say?
16.
I feel like it's a 16 more than it's an 8.
Sure. Let's call it a 16.
All right, he
Plus
he's
what? What's
Oh yeah, what's your total there on persuasion?
Persuasion. Plus 2, so 18.
18. That's pretty decent. So yeah, he says he was drinking with a friend of his, and he said that he wasn't gonna go out again. That he would never. They'd go to all these weird islands, and there was no place there. There was no port or nothing. What did he say? He said that the others would go on the launch, and they'd go on to the island, and they'd never let Harley go with them, and he's just sick of it. They weren't getting their wages, and he was tired of not getting paid. Didn't know what was going on. He was just tired of it, he said.
Wait, and who said this?
Well, Harley, he was talking to a friend of his at one of the taverns. I don't know who it was. I was just shadowing him. See.
And as an assassin, how do you sleep at night?
What did this other guy look like? And how do you sleep at night?
And do you know the other guy's name? And how do you sleep?
Tears coming out of his corner.
Good old trifecta of comedy.
It's like it was a legitimate career choice. They said I'd be good
Was he
at
wearing
it.
distinctive clothes? Was he wearing a distinctive hat?
He had a mean scar across his forehead. I didn't catch his name. But they were drinking at the Flounder Pounder.
Well, Lev, I need to say, we all make bad choices. I feel like in another life, I work with at-risk youth, and you fit that mold perfectly, young man. I wish you the best, and we will certainly speak to Solmar and see if we can increase the guard at your jail. Or not, whatever. We got what we needed from you.
One more thing, Lev.
Would you like a book of erotic poetry
Oh.
to keep you company while you're in jail?
Nima, you can't possibly part with that. It's your
Oh,
prized
I've memorized the whole thing. I know the whole thing off by heart now.
He nods like, yeah, sure. Maybe I can trade it for some protection.
Lev,
She takes
question.
Or strap it against my body.
What do you
to
mean by
prevent-
protection?
Hey,
Strap it against my body to protect against shivs.
hey, Lev Lockelson, Glondathrasm. Question for you.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see the contract you were under to assassinate Harley? And what did it say?
He says, "Oh, I can't tell you. It's the Assassin's Code. It's very private. They'd
Okay,
kill me.
They're gonna kill you anyway.
They're literally planning to kill you.
No, they won't. It's they'll get me out. They'll find a way."
Okay, I'm
Oh,
gonna
if I
turn to him. I want to roll persuasion, but in order to do that, I'm gonna say, "Really?"
That's your persuasion. I love it.
You are on fire tonight, Christine. Absolute fire.
23.
Oh
Oh!
my god! All right, Sorry, what were you trying to persuade him to do? Because
I want to know what the contract said, because we know he wouldn't tell us the second part.
Because she said really, because he was like, oh, they're not going to kill me. Like, yeah, he was making terrible logic.
All right, so he says, "Well, I guess I got nothing to lose now." He says, it's there's nothing written down. When you join the guild, it's for life, and he was my next hit. They wanted him gone before the moon turned. By that logic, it's about 2 days. So it was a rush job.
That's what her 23 got.
That was what her 23 got. Was that
May I suggest?
It was quick.
It's like when we tried to. Sorry, it's just like when we tried to save that Harlequin from dying. We were rolling, and you're like, guys, he dies, and you don't get to know any information. We're like,
The plot demands that he die.
yeah, he is going to die regardless of what you roll.
Yeah, exactly. Jordan.
May I suggest we head this guy over back to the police station, and then maybe on the way back we stop at the Flounder Pounder to see if they know a man with a scar in his forehead?
I think that's a great idea, but also the guards could take him because they have to go there anyway.
Yeah.
And we can
Good job.
maybe take a long rest, and
We
we
can
have somewhere
toss
to
them-
stay. We can
yeah, we
stay
can
at Anatolia's house.
Yes.
You
I
got
think
the keys
it's
and everything.
time. I think it's time for a nice long
hey,
rest.
And then in the morning we go to
we
the
can
pounder.
we can ask the dwarves if they can make sure that they keep him protected as they go to jail
yeah,
too.
because they're going. It's by
They're
their
going that
place.
way anyway, so they've got a final quest as they go head back to their tavern.
We'll make sure he gets back to his lodgings, lass.
And if we get a nice long rest-
It's not always a flirt name. Relax.
So wait, you gave him the book of erotic poetry?
Yep.
Okay.
She memorized the whole thing. Can that be a canon thing? Because she's a smart pants.
Yeah, I bet you that would work.
Can it be a cantrip where at any point during the game she recites erotic poetry?
I think that's just a feat, that's just something that
Cool.
she can do.
Something
Add
that
it to
she
the
can do.
character
Okay,
sheet.
I'll add it to my feet. Steal.
Okay. So they march him back to the jail. The dwarves go with him. You guys go back to Anatolia's house. It's late. You guys are feeling it in your bones. It's been a long, busy day. And I feel like we can probably change from our spooky music to other music. Let's go to just regular old music. So you get to Anatolia's house. It is a very nice house. It is well built. It's got 5 bedrooms. It's got a staff. Like there's a chef and a butler and
Oh,
a groundskeeper. They're all, they're maintaining this house even if Anatolia is not here. When you arrive, the butler greets you and says, "My name is Jenkins, and I understand that you'll be with us for a time. Please take any rooms that you like. If you desire any food or drink, just let us know and we can provide it for you. We can also arrange for baths. I think you might wish to engage in that particular service if you.
Oh yes, I'm
what I
chilled to the
mean.
bone. A bath would be wonderful.
Yes.
Kim feels so at home with all of this too. She's just like, she just drops all of her linen and is like, take me to the bath. Like she's just used to this.
So the house is a hub of activity, and mere minutes pass before there are 2 chambers which have baths in them. So you can arrange whatever schedule you like, and if you want to do that,
I suppose we ought to spend some time doing that.
doing.
Ranging
Making that
food.
schedule.
Yeah,
Making
but
that
yeah. Needless to say, whoever wants it more gets it. So you make yourselves at home, and you feel well cared for and secure. It's a stout building, and you eventually pass a very pleasant evening in soft beds and warm surroundings. The house is also well heated by
You deserve
many
this.
chimneys. You feel pampered. And the next morning, the sun rises. The storm seems to have passed. It is a lovely autumn day. You either wake early or wake late to your choice.
But
What
we've
would you
long
like?
rested.
But you have long
Our
rested.
hit points are all restored. Our spells are restored.
Indeed.
Great.
It's amazing how long it takes to get to the point at the other end of a long rest. But here you are.
That feels like an eternity since our last long
I
rest.
know.
It has been a while.
Oh, it was Rardath Faskatan.
That's what it was.
His last
Yeah.
name
It
was, so I was calling him Captain Faskatan.
Christine, I'm going to write that down.
It's in my allies and organizations in my character sheet.
So can we go back and just sort of talk about what we've learned? It
Yeah.
sounds like he
Yeah, we need to reflect on our day.
You're
While we're
reflecting
having,
over
like, breakfast.
a breakfast.
Coffee.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jack was what we seem to know is that Jack is operating some weird sort of operation that
I think he
your
held
friend-
a mutiny and he stole a ship,
Right.
and then he's starting some criminal stuff.
and the guy, your friend who got killed, he was unhappy with the arrangement that they're
Mhm.
working off some undisclosed island,
In the shady
we also-
areas.
shady areas of the bay. I'm wondering if it's that big island that's right in the
Here.
bay.
No, I'll give you a sort of larger view
Yeah.
the area. This will give us more. I think this gives us a bit more of a look. Oh, is it black for? Oh, there we are. No. Yeah, perfect. So actually, there's an even better one I'll use. This is a little too zoomed out still. Southern Keyland? I guess that'll work. Let's see what that does. Please stand by while the map changes. This is maybe too zoomed out. No, this will work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you want to say, Brooke?
I was just gonna, if this was taking longer, I just wanted to comment on Wharton Willie, but we can save that for a later time.
So the it's possible maybe that Engelberg is the island, or Baymouth could be.
Yeah, so he had mentioned that he had taken some contracts that brought him to Monmurg and Baymouth. That is all you
Who
know.
had mentioned that?
Where is that?
Yeah, can
It's
someone
100
ping me?
gold piece of questions.
It's-
Oh, I
it's-
found it. I found it.
Yeah.
Baymouth here.
Oh, and I pinged, but I don't
Whoa.
think
Like
that
the
worked.
wrong spot.
No, that looks
No.
really far away.
It's
That's
here.
wrong.
Yeah, sorry, I changed my zoom, so thank you. Yeah, that works.
Sorry, what zoom should we be
Thank you,
at?
Christine.
Sorry.
No, stay whatever zoom you are. I'll get
But
to
who mentioned that they were taking contracts at Monberg and
I wrote it
Baymouth?
down.
That was what the mysterious black skull figure had said.
Okay, right. Okay, those were the sort of not very popular spots that
Yeah,
Jack was working out of.
And could you repeat those not popular spots?
Baymouth and
Monmurg.
Monmurg.
Are you on the map?
Yeah, I can't see them.
Here's Monberg.
Nothing. I don't-
Here's Baymouth.
Your
Little
dings.
island.
I can hear them, but nothing.
It's
on
the
the map.
islands. Go east.
Okay.
Go east,
Like-
young woman.
It's south-
Oh, okay. And
Mhm.
ping them again for me. And then the other one. Yeah, thanks. I get it now.
So, and what Lev had intimated was they were going to islands as well in that chain. And I will give you for free
Cyber, Windward.
that. No, in fact. For free, I will tell you that.
Sorry, that was a mistake.
Christine. Rardath had given. Remember that Rardath had given a different map to Jack.
Yes, he gave me the right one.
I gave you the right one, but you don't know exactly what map Jack has, but you're pretty sure it's probably the stretch that he's going for in the Monmouth Baymouth northern side of that island area. The map that you have, I should say, puts the location of whatever is on this map on that red pin I just dropped.
Ah. Okay.
So that's the map that I was given. Goes
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I
We-
didn't see an actual like.
I know, I never made one. Yeah.
We have a ship, right? Is it repaired yet?
It is not yet repaired. You've been in Salt Marsh for about 3 days now, I think. So
Oh, okay.
my-
It was going to
I
take
know.
like 2 weeks or something, right, for the ship
2
to
weeks.
Dang.
be. And
Yep.
so, could we hire passage to Monberg, perhaps?
I have ship's passage,
So
I
true.
get free. We can go for free.
But how many people are going to those dank places that don't even have ports? They said.
Well,
guess we
Monberg
can find
looks
out.
like it does, right?
Well,
Monberg has a
Monmurg,
port.
Monmurg is a significant port.
Okay.
It is also not in Keyland. It is in the what was it? What's it called now? It is the heavens. It's the Hold of the Sea Princes. This is the loose federation, the country which was at war with Keyland recently. So not
Oh.
great feelings. Yes, Sea
Yeah,
Princes.
but we're
thank
not
you, Ed.
Keylanders, so they won't necessarily have any problems with us, right?
I'm sure. I'm sure they'd love you. I'm sure they'd be fine.
Well, wouldn't it make sense for our next step then to venture there to see if
Mhm.
we can ask around about Jack? And then,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm thinking first thing today we should go to the Flounder Pounder
Yes.
And we
Yes.
should try and look out for a guy with a mean scar across his forehead, as that would have been Harlegane's
Oh.
pal.
And try some
Is-
local microbrew.
There you go. There you go.
I need another entire flounder, because that's what you guys did last time, right? Yeah, gluttons.
They make flounder pounder pancakes in the morning.
Aw.
And recall that Anders had also suggested you go by the town council.
Right.
What for again?
Would we consider going to Buxton's Crossing in the far northwest corner of the map? Just to say we've done the four corners of the map.
Just say you've been there. Yep.
I've heard they sell a mean pair of shoes there.
That's actually pretty close to Orlane. If you remember, that's where the previous adventure was. So
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like all of those ideas. So we are flounder poundering, or let's go to visit Solmar first.
Well, I mean,
and
it's
then-
6:30 now, so that'll probably be our next trip, right? We'll do flounder pounder and then hopefully sail after
But we
that
have to talk to
Monberg.
Solmar as well.
Yeah, so
And
Solmar, flounder pounder, and then sail off.
yeah.
and the town
Solmar?
council.
Sure,
Yes.
that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
By Solmar, I meant town council.
Okay.
Okay.
So
why
let's do that.
why don't we, for reasons, maybe go to the town council?
First?
Yeah.
That particular
Right, yeah,
scene.
that was the plan.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
for
right,
the
that one
cliffhanger?
first, because people will be. The council's open during the daytime, but the drinkers aren't drinking at the pounder.
That is
That's
definitely something Glonda would know.
right.
Is that during the day, flounder bounder is probably like a gross, disgusting pit. Less gross when it's at night and you can't see it as well. So you pass a lovely breakfast, and a couple hours in after you've stretched your legs and figured out what you're going to do, you're going to head to the town council, which
Is that the
means
town hall?
it is the town hall, which means that as you cross the Shark Fin Bridge, I will need a saving throw from
yeah.
Turgar and Nimrilian and Jordan, please.
That's a
Constitution saving throw.
weird-
Yes.
So
That
a
weird
D20. Oh
D20.
wait, and let me roll my new.
You got to roll your portents. That's right.
Okay, let's see what they are.
Well, afterwards, we should go to the Leather Workers Guild, get Nima some armor.
18. I don't know if you can read that. It's a bit blurry. That says 18.
I believe you that it's an 18.
So I'm a 13 with my
Ooh, and a
my
6.
bonus.
Okay.
18 and a 6.
Nothing happens to Turgar.
I
Jordan,
rolled the 16 total.
total. You are fine as well. You
Oh,
feel
what do we add to it?
you add your This is a Constitution
Oh.
saving throw that
So
you're.
do I have to do -1 then?
You sure do.
Okay, let's see what I
Oh
get.
boy. Ooh.
10 -1, so 9.
You are not feeling good crossing that bridge.
Oh, she's a pukey girl.
Yeah. You definitely let fly halfway over that bridge, and you are escorted by your companions to get to the other side, where you begin
What
to
a
recover.
waste of coffee equivalent.
I forgot. A coffee equivalent.
There really should be some other way of crossing this creek.
Is there any possibility that we can find a cure for her at Brank Sendings? I heard they sell a wonderful collection of teas and herbal remedies.
So, Brank Sendings, if you'll recall, was how Glonda actually got. This is what brought you here. It was a message that was sent to you. Their specialty. This is D&D level communications. They send magical messages across the land. So, if you wanted to send a message to somebody across the world, you would probably go here. And it's not cheap, but it is pretty convenient.
So Brank is Canada Post.
It is
Did we
basically.
send a note to Orlane just to let them know how we're doing?
You certainly can.
Let them know. Do you want to send something to what's his name?
Our old man friend?
Yeah,
Maybe
with
that
an
little
R?
girl. See how the little girl's doing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go to town council. We don't have a few
Okay,
minutes
yeah,
left
you're right.
before.
All right. So you go to the town hall, which I will describe to you. It is a long brick building kept in fantastic repair. It's really good. A central dome flanked by twin wings of offices. Oh, thank you. I will do that. So that should nudge it there. It is a central dome flanked by twin wings of offices, record rooms, and storerooms. The central room serves as an audience chamber where the town council holds its government meetings, which are open to the public. A lot of stuff that you don't really need to know. Yeah, that's about it. So when you get there, you see there are guards flanking the doors, but they.
So John, I feel like in another life, you would feel right at home at this place.
Perhaps.
Yeah. So you enter. The guards give you a once over and a nod. They don't intervene in your way, and you see it doesn't take much to figure out where the council meetings are held. Nobody is watching. Like, this is not high entertainment for most people. So when you get in there, you see that there are 7 people in total sitting at a great C-style table. A magnificent chair in the middle clearly is being held by the mayor. And it is somebody that I forget who's, I think maybe Nim via Petrie saw somebody in the Saltmarsh Playhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So the mayor is that person. He is a 64-year-old human man with a very lustrous gray-white beard and clearly wealthy by his apparel. He is looking very much like he is wasting his time here and would like to be somewhere else. To his left is a guy in his early 50s with short cropped black hair, and he is currently sort of expounding on some tangent that is catching the ear of everybody. You're not yet sort of tuned into what that is, but he is the one talking. Left of him is a halfling who looks in his middle age. You've seen him at the Silver Raven when you went and had a meal there. This is the high-end tavern. He looks, again, like he is wealthy and possibly own the place. On the other side of the mayor is a human woman who is somebody that Turgar recognizes immediately from his dreams.
Oh boy.
What?
She is looking intently at the guy who is speaking and sort of gauging what he is saying, and has no interest at all in the new arrivals that have come into the room. To her left is a very older human woman who is wears the robes as a high priestess of Palor, who is a beneficent goddess, god of the land. But clearly the robes are of fine enough quality that this particular woman has been around. To her left is a younger man, also aristocratically dressed, who definitely looks like he doesn't want to be here. He's like examining his fingernails and not paying attention to anything. And then finally rounding out to his left is Anders, who is also paying attention intently to the goings-on. Looks like he's taking issue with something that the guy who is speaking is saying. But when you arrive, he casts his glance over to you and gives you a look of recognition.
Sorry, could you repeat all that?
No.
And do any of them have a forehead scar?
None of them have a forehead scar. They look like they've led a pretty, unsullied lives.
Okay, to be fair, I heard it all. I listened to it all. I don't
Yes.
remember a word of what you have just told us. But
I
I think
understand.
the cliffhanger was that Dan's seen one of them in his dreams.
well, yes,
Indeed.
no, I that you're absolutely right. That was the key piece. Everything else is that they're mostly really rich, really bored, and don't care that we're there.
Exactly. But yes, there
But
is
their
definitely.
assistants do the hardest work they can possibly do, and are very important to how things run.
Is there
Yeah, listen.
is there somebody we need to be talking to here though?
Well, Anders.
Yeah,
Just
Anders
Anders?
is clearly the one who suggested you should come. But yes, indeed, the reveal was that Dan sees somebody from his dreams that is now in living color right here. There we go. And Andrew in the chat suggested that perhaps they didn't lead. They have led sullied lives, but they were wearing proper head protection. So maybe there is no scar because they were, well
Maybe
protected.
put those keys in that helmet, right?
Yeah. Nicely done. Cool. So how about we? Yeah, she's literally the woman of your dreams. There we go.
That's my friend Matthew. It's his birthday today.
Hey,
Happy birthday, Matthew!
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
Matthew!
so many birthdays because it's also Andre's birthday out west.
Happy
Oh,
birthday,
goodness.
Andre!
Happy
birthday,
Andre.
Birthday! And we didn't get to kill any orcs.
There were no orcs to kill, unfortunately.
This was actually probably the first. Is this one of the first times we've never had a battle during a session?
No.
It's
no.
happened.
Okay, I this was great.
This was
Not that I
exciting.
don't-
True. I heard there was some nervousness. That was good.
I was excited. I don't know.
Yeah.
The whole game has been leading up to this.
That's true. So we'll pick it up next session.
Next week?
Next week. Excitingly, 2 in a row, and then a pause, and then 2 more in a row. So listen, it's all D&D all the time. Is there anything we need to cover before we end for the evening?
May Warden Willie's soul rest in peace.
Yes.
Which
and
one?
Honestly, that is the most absurd article I have ever read. It is riddled with things that I can't wait to talk about.
What I meant-
Roughly- Go ahead.
Oh, I was thinking that in a D&D context, but no.
I know.
No, fair.
When did we start this campaign, by the way?
All right, I'm signing off.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Good night. We'll see you in a week.
Good night.